Hi everyone, this is Robinats1 here, and today I'm here to do a collected review on Smallville Season 11, Effigy. Smallville Effigy is the first Smallville special, which is sort of like this series' annual. And the annuals basically focus on the recurring characters in the series, and it's set in between the story arcs of the main line, and this is set in between Haunted, and we get a number of callbacks with the original, such as Batman calling Watchtower and Chloe answering it. So we basically have in this issue Batman teaming up with John Jones, aka the Martian Manhunter. We explore John's life and his backstory, seeing the Martian Civil War, his family, and his time with Jor-El. Batman and John Jones pool their resources to track down a white Martian, revealed to be Miss Martian at the end, spoilers, who is also seen in Young Justice, in case you were wondering. Meanwhile, Nightwing, aka Barbara Gordon, is knocked out and is healing, adding to Batman's character arc about his relationship to a sidekick. We see and get references to Checkmate, as seen in Season 9, that shows Checkmate has been involved in many American world events relating to superheroes. And one of the events involves a space rocket with a certain Dr. King Faraday, an agent of Checkmate. If those of you who don't know, Faraday is supposed to be a Checkmate agent in the DC comics before the Pre-52, and I think he was the one who discovered various Martians. I don't really know who Dr. King Faraday is, but I do know he's a very well-known character within the Martian Manhunter story. This comic is very, very interesting, and one of the main themes of the book is family. Batman and John Jones both have their families, or people that they turn to for help. They both turn to a version of themselves that provide redemption and acceptance. Barbara Gordon and Miss Martian. For John Jones, he lost his family to war. He became something he hated, a violent man. In order to protect his family. And this is made worse by the fact that in the end he loses his family to the war. So he destroyed everything he was about and became a darker man for it, only to lose the people he loved the most. And Miss Martian confronts him with the sins of his past, calling John a murderer. John's pain of losing his own family helps him accept his sins and find faith in a prodigy and help her become a better person. And obviously, the backstory of John Jones is not explained in in the actual series itself. And it's nice to actually have a backstory and actually find out that John Jones actually struggles with things that we struggle with. This also parallels Batman's character arc. Because Batman and Nightwing's relationship Nightwing anchors Batman in a way that John Jones doesn't. Obviously, as we know, Robin has always been a light to Batman's dark. Nightwing anchors Batman in a way that nothing else really could. Like, Batman could go off the rails without a Robin. It's nice to see that Batman actually does care about Nightwing. And Nightwing provides Bruce with the support he needs to get the job done, and fills some of the void that Batman has over losing his parents. And John Jones, again, does not have this anchor. He doesn't have that protege to believe in. And in the end, John Jones finds that anchor in Miss Martian. Another theme is culture and race. These themes can be very heavy-handed and are often quite sensitive to some people. But this issue handles it very, very well. John believes in protecting people like Batman, and both have their demons, and they're able to find common ground. Because John Jones is an alien, and Bruce is human. They're both alien to one another, and that is what culture is. Because we have many, many different cultures and subcultures, and people have to learn to understand one another. And when we understand one another, when we can find a common ground, then we can start building the bridges to each other's cultures and show each other a different way of life without being prejudiced towards that other person. Batman is able to learn about the Martian culture and also the Kryptonian culture thanks to him meeting Superman. And he's able to learn that there are different cultures in the world besides humans. And he basically is slowly beginning to realize this as the arc goes on. And I think this is something that John appreciates as well. The cultural understanding helps strengthen these two characters. We also have a racial theme that I thought was in there. Such as the white versus Indian cultures. And this is an idea that does exist in America. Although racial discrimination isn't quite as extreme as it used to be, it's still there. And I think that the book really does focus on white versus Indian and black versus white racial discrimination. And at first we see Miss Martian and John lock heads because of their old rivalry, which is embedded into their culture. Like, there was this war, and it caused a lot of discrimination between people of the same species. That there is no difference between Miss Martian and John Jones. They are the last of their kind, and they need each other. Just as I was saying about John Jones needing an anchor, Miss Martian needs John Jones to look after her, to explain to her about this new world that she's come to. Once you get past the racial discrimination and see the person for who they truly are, then they're able to slowly understand one another. The book works very, very well as a detective story. Both John and Batman are both detectives in this series, and Batman has always been a detective. They're able to utilize their skills to search for the White Martian and uncover Martian culture, and they slowly have to uncover the White Martian, which is great. We also see Watchtower play a major role in this story. Even though this is a not Superman and not Lois Lane, we still have these superheroes contacting the Watchtower as a central hub for all things superheroes, which is exactly what Chloe Sullivan wanted. And it's the book also references a satellite being built. I'll leave you with that. So Batman is revealed to be part of the Justice League. However, it's not fully expanded or even mention of if he's a part-timer. As he does call Watchtower in the story. And also, I thought about this as I was reading. Was Bruce Wayne a part of Checkmate at one stage? Because this book, he seems to know a lot about Checkmate, and I just got the feeling that he worked for Checkmate at once. All in all, really good comic. A great first issue to start the annuals off, and I look forward for the second issue of this comic.